All right, so I will go for a countdown here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So my name is Spam. I'm a professional TrackMania player, mainly TrackMania² Stadium, which we are going to play today. I'm a player for Diffuse Kids. It's a competitive organization. That is mainly what this game is about. It is about competitive racing against each other. But today we're going to speedrun the solo campaign. It is consisting of 65 tracks, each in different categories. We're kicking off with the white series here. So how this campaign is actually put together is you start off with quite easy maps and continue on progressing into more difficult maps. And so far we completed map 1. There wasn't really something special about map 1. Just plain and simple, going full speed around the corners. But we do have some interesting tricks up our sleeves for about 5 or 6 tracks. TrackMania is really difficult to find consistent ways to improve the route. It has quite a large random factor, but the tricks that I'm about to do are pretty much 80% consistent. So last time I did a run at ESA was in 2017. I was together with Riolu, my teammate back then. Unfortunately, he cannot be here to co-commentate with me, so I will do everything myself, which will be fine. I'm here to introduce you to the game. It is quite early, so not a lot of spectators in the area yet, but hopefully on the stream it's going to be booming, and you guys will donate for the great cause that we're raising awareness for here. So we completed already 3 tracks, not a lot happening here. I will go in depth about some of the techniques, such as sliding, full speed, different surfaces that this game has as well in the later maps. But each category, like I said earlier, we play 65 tracks. Each category up until the final category has 15 tracks. So we got to find ourselves through these 15 tracks in each series. This is the white series, and we're coming up to one of the first dirt tracks in this game. It is a different surface that you drive on. Not my favorite surface to drive on, because the handling is completely different and it's really dependent on the gear changes. So I gotta listen very carefully to the gear switches here. I'm not sure how well you can hear them on the live stream, but this game consists of about 5 gears, I think, and after the 3rd gear you can do a little trick on dirt by basically zigzagging around left and right quickly. You will get more grip on the dirt surface, so you accelerate faster, but it only is available to you when you go into the 3rd gear. So if you do this technique before the 3rd gear, you will actually slow down instead. So it is something that is quite difficult. Luckily enough, we have practiced, so we can use this pretty easily. And I'm not sure if anyone was watching the previous ESA run in 2017, but there was a lot of trouble with waiting times and loading times for the maps. I mean, it's still a little bit slow, but there is a menu trick that was found. So basically, after every single map that you finish, you open up the menu and then you have a button available to press next track, so we can skip the whole loading time of the menu. I can show you guys here for a little preview. If I don't do it, it will lose about 3 seconds if not done. So basically you can skip this whole animation that you see right here. Oh, mouse was on the wrong button. But yeah, so basically with a simple menu trick we can avoid this loading time. So another dirt track with some jumps and some boosters on dirt as well. So there are a couple blocks in this game which either give you a lot of speed or completely cut off your engine. There will be an interesting map coming up soon where basically your engine will shut off and you don't accelerate at all. So a small mistake or even braking will really lose a lot of momentum. And there we go. Moving up to AO8, one of the most famous tracks in every TrackMania genre. each solo campaign in TrackMania has this downhill map. So I'm gonna try to do the risky strategy. Hopefully it pays off, else I will be a little bit upset. So we gotta find ourselves a lot of speed here. And I think I got it. So a little bit too short there. You actually want to land completely on the booster with that trajectory, and then that is the fastest way possible on that track. So yeah, like I said, every single TrackMania genre, this is Stadium. There's also Canyon, Valley, and Lagoon available. And the AO8 map has always been one of the downhills. So it's a small little fun fact for everyone. So we're coming up to map AO9 here. Nothing too difficult, just a mixture of dirt and a couple slides. So something about sliding in this game is... Oh, I forgot to skip there. Something about sliding in this game is there is a speed threshold that you need to basically beat in order to get a normal slide. But some guy back in the days found a way to even slide at the ultimate low speed. So I will show you guys that later on as well. It's a kind of a difficult technique to do, but really handy when it comes to turns where you probably cannot do a normal slide, but then use a neo slide, as it's called, to still get quicker around the corner. So this track right here is quite difficult, really fast-paced. Each fifth map of the campaign is actually a multi-lap. So this is the second multi-lap that we're playing. So AO5, A10, and A15 will be multi-laps. And the final track of this whole campaign is actually a 15-lap endurance race. So quite a long track, but we'll be there in about an hour time. Really looking to set a potential world record here for this speedrun. I believe the world record is set by Raga last year with a time of 1:23, I think, with the loading times. So we're going into A11, almost done with the white series. So here we got to go down the slopes. Again, dirt surfaces. In this very first turn, it's very important to remain in the same gear, because if we gear up or down, we will actually lose a lot of speed. And you see me use this sliding technique again to get more height, to get up the big jump. Quite a short map. So yeah, the white series really consists of short but quite easy tracks here. And now we are getting to a track which uses the grass surface. Basically, if you don't put any block down in the editor, you will drive on grass. It almost handles the same as dirt, just a slightly different surface. But it's also really dependent on gears and no sliding turns. So what you can do is, if you are at lower speed on grass, you can actually not slide at all. Basically, with ultra smooth steering, you will be able to get way more speed. And now we're getting to the first map, which utilizes a small shortcut. Quite a handy one as well. And it also uses the engine killer that I was talking about earlier. So this red block that I'm about to drive on basically shuts down my engine, and I can let go of my acceleration button. We have to go right side of the ramp there, because if we jump, then we lose a lot of time. And then right here, another engine killer. And a simple big jump, which went fine. So that was the first little shortcut map that we are doing. And this next map is a very technical one. It is A14, which actually utilizes the Neo slide that I was explaining earlier. So drifting at ultra low speed. So right here, this left turn, you will not be able to normal slide, but as you saw, I was able to still get a slide there with a steering trick. Same here. It is quite difficult to explain But there are some tutorials on the internet to look up, and people actually gave you guys an in-depth tutorial how to actually do it. It's basically a key combination with the steering and acceleration. So the final track of the White Series, A15. It is a very speedy, technical track. We have 3 laps on this one, and if there are some donations you can read out, then go ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got so many. Just tell me when to stop. We've got a donation from Zephyr, donating $10 to say #first, #TwitchCon EU, #BallsyMove. And Lackadal donates $10 to say get that world record Spamito, SPM Flex. Anonymous donates $10 with a good luck spam. Show them what a former world champion can do. Easy world record, easy game. Another anonymous donation, $5 to say, hey Spamito JJ, by the way, this is a speed run, not a let's play. Just go faster, lol. And remember, you only YOLO once. Good luck with the run and see you tomorrow in TrackMania Grand League. Greetings from Dunstan.
Oh.
The Racing Cow donates $20 to say, moo. And Anonymous donates $20 just to say SPM dab. And finally, we have a $5 donation from Anonymous that says, thanks to Asteri for posting the donation link. Mwah.
All right, I will take over from now. Those are some of my viewers on the live stream. I really appreciate it, guys, that you support the charity here and me in general. About the Let's Play, I think I'm pretty confident that I will beat the world record, even if I bring an entertaining show. So let's just focus on explaining how this game works and going fast at the same time. But we have completed the White Series now, so we're moving on to the Green Series, the next 15 tracks that are coming up. And this is also the first track that is using the night mode. So as you can see, it's completely dark. And there are a couple different modes in this game: night, sunset, sunrise, and day. And if you are a real fanatic about changing the mood of the game in the editor, you can actually set a complete time when you want to basically put the sun at a position, if you put it at like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. So we have another night mode track here, which is quite fast. We want to land here in the slope very smoothly, so we generate a lot of speed so we can auto slide right here to the left. And a very fast-paced map once again. And now we are going to an interesting track here, BO3. This is the one that scares me a little bit. It uses a little trick in the ending where you do a front flip by basically letting the back wheels hit the platform piece. So hopefully I can do it here. I practiced quite a bit, so let's just go for it. Like that guy said, you only live once, so I think I got it. And there we go. Perfect. That gives me some confidence for the other tricks in the upcoming maps. This Green Series is full of little tricksters that I need to show, so it's quite important that the first one goes right here. It's a morale booster. So on this track, another night mode map, we have an engine killer on dirt, and this is like the worst nightmare because you will slow down so much by sliding without any acceleration on dirt. However, it is quite a simple track once again. We're still in the early stages of the campaign, so not a lot is going on yet. But we have done 2 tricksters so far, and there's about 3 to go. So there we have it. BO5, another full dirt multi-lap. So if you have some more donations to read out, go ahead.
Absolutely. The Racing Cow is back with another $20 to say, I like grass. Bomba also donates $20 to say, good luck on the run. Now I'd like to quickly tell everyone at home that, because we have a lot of $20 donations running in, but if you donate just a little bit more, if you go for the 25, you are entered to possibly win a ViewSonic GX240R. So if you would like one of those those monitors, which I believe are you know, high refresh rate monitors, you yeah, if you donate 25, you have a chance at winning one of those. Thank you very much for all the donations, everyone.
All right, here we go, entering lap number 2. You will see me do the little zigzagging movements once again that I explained earlier to get a lot more speed. But yeah, dirt is definitely not my favorite type of surface to drive on. I am more of the technical driver, the sliding, the very tricky maps. Right here I need to use my my spider senses way too much to listen to the gears. But over the years I have done a pretty good job at getting better at it, so that is definitely alright. So final lap here. A little bit of a zigzag right there before the jump. And then we will go into B06, which will be a very important map because we have a trick that is pretty risky, but we're gonna go for it. We gotta go for a little roof hit in the middle of the map, which basically pushes me back down after a jump back on the road. And it is quite precise, so hopefully we can succeed here. That will be amazing. So the first half of this track is quite simple, but then it quickly changes in this chicane part. So we'll just focus a bit up. I think I got it. No. Oh. Hold on. No. Ay, ay, ay. That is very disappointing to me. Was a little bit too far on the right, so I couldn't get the roof hit right on the sign block. So we'll lose 5 or 6 seconds here. That is very unfortunate right there. But at least we tried. If you don't try, you will never know if you succeed. So quickly moving on to the next one. B07. Nothing really special about this one, but it does use a block that we have not seen yet, which is a looping block, which is used mainly in full speed tracks. So there's a couple different driving styles. Like I said, you have the tech style, the dirt style, and then you also have full speed, which basically utilizes just holding acceleration button and going as fast as possible through loopings, wall rides, and big platform parts like these ones, even though this one isn't really full speed. But there are definitely a lot of different blocks in this game for different driving styles. So here we will see the wall rides coming up. B08. So in this slope, you see me do this quite often, that when there is a slope, I try to keep my four-wheel contact, because if I just go straight, I will jump and I will lose a lot of acceleration. So these wall rides are pretty long. And then it ends up with a double looping, I think. That is 1 and 2. And then we are going into B09. So 18.5 minutes in the run right now. We're almost done with the second series of the campaign, the green series. Just 6 more maps to go. And this track here is quite different from the other dirt tracks. This one is quite technical, which you need to really practice to find the correct lines, which are the fastest. In these down and up hills, you really want to stay on the outside, because that is the trajectory that gives you the most momentum. And here we just go through the spectator booth there. A little bit of a time win. And now we're getting to the next multi-lap. Like I said, every 5th map of the series is a multi-lap. And this is B10, a very technical track. I actually hold the world record on this track. After quite a bit of time, I finally managed to beat it. There's a whole solo ladder ranking system in this game, which gives you points for the leaderboards. So if you have a world record or a top 2 time, it gives you a lot of points. And this is one of the tracks where I am the #1. So, that was a no slide. That is quite unfortunate. So that first turn is pretty difficult to actually get the slide, so I have to use the Neo slide, but as you saw, I did a wrong maneuver and was unable to get my slide there, so hopefully I can redeem myself in this next one. There we go. Redemption. So lap number 3 here. Whenever we progress to the rat series, the multi-laps will get longer and longer. So right now we're still on the 3 lappers, but we're gonna go into 5 lappers, into 10 lappers, and into the final boss, which is basically 15 laps of die-hard racing. Alright, this upcoming track is quite interesting if you are looking to learn that Neo slide that I was talking about. This is the track that you need to spend your days and nights on. It is basically a Neo slide heaven with this first one right into this one. It's basically a whole snake of Neo slides. This is actually the map that helped me out practicing this specific drift. This jump can be quite tricky, but we got it really smooth, actually ultra smooth, so save some time there. And we're going into B12. B12 was actually a map that was considered a run killer back in the days, because this uses the looping block, but it is unconnected, so there is a little bit of air time between the blocks, and back in the days you could actually clip your tires against the block if you were too fast. I can show you guys right here. So this upcoming looping, you can see that there are a couple gaps and a couple jumps, and you could actually clip the top block and basically completely flip out, which was really demotivating when you run this game. But luckily they updated the game a little bit since then, and now it's pretty good. So B13 is a map that has a shortcut, which I will only explain and not do because it is basically winning a lottery. So on the left, right after this turn, you see a ledge, and you can basically land on this ledge and skip this slide that I just did. But it's really precise and really difficult to land on that small ledge, so we just take a safer route around the corner instead. It's not worth losing that much time over a trick that is basically like 30% success rate. So this map right here is probably my least favorite map in the whole campaign. It is quite precise, uses grass, has tight corners, tight dirt turns, and a not so fun ending. So, like I said, on these blocks you want to stay on the outside, which also makes you more prone to crashing on the barriers. Let's see if I can make this jump. Yes, that's very nice. And I think we're gonna go into the multi-lap again, so if there's a donation, 1 or 2 or 3, then go ahead.
Absolutely, we've got a number of them. First of all, we've got HD Waldfee donating $25 with no message. Thank you. And we've got Roland donating $50, saying sick base, bratan. Keep it up. Maybe TMGL should be held in the morning. Smiley face. Finally, Anonymous gives $10, saying, good morning, looking good today. Wish I could be giving some commentary this year, but you're certainly doing an amazing job so far. Get that world record. Got another anonymous donation, $20, saying, good luck, Timmy. And finally, we've got $25 coming in from Rydog, saying, wow, Mark, thank you for the suggestion of donating $25 for an amazing ViewSonic monitor. With high refresh rate, this will for sure improve my gameplay. Thank you, everyone.
That's amazing. So yeah, I've noticed quite a few comments already talking about that TMGL. It's basically a massive competition going on every other Sunday, and I'm participating in it, so it's basically what they're referring to. But we have completed the 2 series right now, 30 tracks in, almost halfway done. And we are entering the blue series, so we go from white, green, blue, red, and the last one is black. This first map here uses a little bit of a small shortcut here, just going backwards, skipping a whole lot of useless turns basically. And it also utilizes a bug slide, which is an interesting technique. Basically you need to put the car in a 90-degree angle that I'm going to try right here. So holding the brake will actually do this right here, which is unexplanatory for me, but it is called a bug slide for a reason, because it is a bug. So we abuse it in this specific turn to go faster around the corner. We will use this technique in one more track in this series, the blue series. And right now the maps are getting longer and longer. As you can see, we are entering maps that are 40+ seconds right now, so a little bit more advanced mapping, as it should be in a campaign. The further you progress, the more difficult the maps should be. This one is quite difficult because we need to smooth steer around this corner and then use a little bit of that zigzagoon. So the smooth steering is quite difficult, especially if you're a keyboard player. I have not mentioned that yet, but I'm playing on a controller right now. And there are a lot of players that play on a keyboard as well. But smooth steering is something that is really difficult on a keyboard, as you can imagine. Because on a controller I can just hold it in one specific spot and it will not slide at all. But yeah, people, it's basically a personal preference if you want to play with a controller or a keyboard. I myself started my first 1.5 years playing on keyboard and then made the transition to controller. It's for me more comfortable in my hand. And this track right here can be quite tricky because we have an engine killer with a huge jump. Basically gotta aim ourselves on the road again, and I perfectly aimbotted, so that's good. CO4, a dirt track which is really not well built. The turns here are really strange put together, and it's very difficult to keep the gears. Like I said, on dirt you gotta really try to keep the momentum as high as possible and not lose unnecessary time by gearing down. So here we do a little bit of a jump from slope to slope. Alright, here I'm trying to listen to the gears, but I completely missed them, so lost a lot of time there. However, as you can see, we're still up ahead against the silver medal, -6 seconds. Just puts into perspective the medal times in this campaign. If you start out fresh, it's basically a whole medal system with ghosts, bronze, silver, gold, and then a time that is the author medal, which is basically a little bit faster time than gold, basically. It's the green medal that you can collect in this campaign. And now we're getting into the 5th map again. So it's a multi-lap. There is a really advanced shortcut on this track, which I will unfortunately not do because, like I said, it's really random and very difficult to actually complete. But I will utilize this little ramp cut on the left to lose a little bit of height by not taking the jump. But if there are more donations, go ahead with them.
We actually just got a new donation in from Anonymous, giving $50 towards the donation incentive for I Wanna Be the Boshi, which is, let's see, this is the next run-up, I believe. The donation incentive in question is for BBF to defeat the Kappa boss. So if anyone else wants to see that, well, that's just $50 towards that, and the goal in total is 300. So if you want to donate towards that, please do. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, we got some great runs coming up after this. I am, of course, the first to kick it off here. But there are awesome runners coming up the whole day with some great donation incentives for special things that they will do in games. Unfortunately, since I'm the first runner, there wasn't really a donation incentive for me, but in TrackMania there isn't really a lot to use as an incentive. I remember last time I did the run, we had an incentive for the car skin that I was going to use, and the French community was really big, and is still really big in this game, and they donated a lot towards me using a French skin. So last time I was driving with the French skin, now I'm just driving with the team car from my organization, the Diffuse Kids car. And yeah, we're moving on to the next track. There are a couple of tracks that will load a little bit longer. It's because of the night mode and the blocks that they use in game. So this one in particular is one of the tracks that will always load a little bit longer, no matter what kind of PC you have. But right here we have a small little trick that I'm about to attempt. It is basically a wallbang on dirt, which is really something you don't see very often, but we got a hit right here, and we actually got it pretty well. So lucky me. Sometimes you can fly over it and basically have to restart your whole run. This track, kind of a mixture between everything: slides, dirt, wall bangs, wall rides, and we will do another wall bang right here to get quickly around this corner so we can full speed to the finish line. But that went pretty well, I would say. CO7 coming up. There is another small little trick which could be beneficial. As you notice, the night mode maps always load a little bit longer because it is just a bit more heavy on the PC and loading times. But this one is a full speeder with some loopings and a part where your car needs to go into a little bit of a twist, bounce, so you can clip the complete booster. So I'm gonna attempt it here. Not too bad, but you can get it way better than that. But basically, if you go on the sides there, your car will try to keep grip completely onto the boosters. I did it pretty well, but you can do it way, way better than what I just did. Coming up is an interesting track. It's basically a quarter pipe jump map. So we're basically trying to beat Tony Hawk here. It's consisting of these kind of jumps, just quarter pipes only, some easy turns. You want to get good trajectories here from all the way left to right, and try to land as low as possible in these ramps so you get the contact on four wheels as soon as possible. This last one is quite difficult, but we did it, so we just did the Tony Hawk Pro Skater. This map right here is the map that loads the longest, so I just quickly take a sip of the water because I get a dry mouth if I keep on talking like this. So yeah, this one is the map that loads about 15 seconds long. We have noticed that tracks that uses these blocks that you can see, it's basically a whole arena, a closed arena, these white roofs, these white walls. Tracks that use those blocks, they load the longest. This one is, however, really technical and really precise, especially these couple of turns here. Very tight. So I gotta focus up a bit to not crash. I'm driving I noticed myself that I drive a little bit safer to not make any more mistakes. I already made 2 mistakes that are quite unnecessary, so I don't want to ruin the run even further with me slamming into the wall. So we're taking a little bit of a safer approach. But coming up on map number 10 of the Blue series, it is another multilap, a night mode multilap, which uses a interesting feature in this game. It is a water bounce. So there's also a water object, and basically if you have a lot of momentum coming on it, then you will not sink like a submarine, but you will actually bounce in the water. I mean, on top of the water, like you see right here. And we basically skip back on the road and then into a technical multi-lap section. So if there are more donations, go ahead.
All right, the Racing Cow is back once again with $20, saying, "Don't up in no slide heaven, Spamito." Right, we've also got Riolu with $10, saying, "I honestly thought you're gonna choke the C06 wallbang. Well done." Finally, we've got Wicked Jaeger donating $10 to say, "Hello, Spam. Go get it. Good luck at TMGL."
It's so amazing to see that the community that is behind TrackMania is actually supporting the run. Like, it is actually amazing. It blows my mind. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, if there are some incentives that you want to plug where people can donate to, then keep going.
Absolutely. Well, I can once again remind everyone that every donation of at least $25 puts you into gives you a chance to win a ViewSonic GX240R monitor, which is a full HD 24-inch monitor with 144 hertz refresh rate, which we also had at the previous event. They're great monitors, I can say from personal experience. And yeah, thank you all very much for your donations.
All right. So we completed the multi-lap, and now we're entering the second map where we actually used that bug slide that we saw earlier, with angling the car in 90 degrees and then holding brake while landing. Basically pulls you all the way to the left or right, depending on in which direction you're jumping, of course. So quite an interesting and bumpy track here. So I gotta focus a little bit. So far it is going well. This jump can sometimes be a little bit unfortunate, but here we have the little bug slides. Normally you slow down and just go down the slope very slow and steady, but with this technique we can swiftly fly ourselves through that turn. So there are two finishes here, one on the left, which is actually the faster one, and one on the right, which is the slower one, aka the plap route. So we utilized the left one. C12 was a track that was notorious for messing up every single speed run that people done in this game. It uses those unconnected looping blocks again, and like I said, back in the days they were really inconsistent. So luckily for me, I found a safe approach in this one, which basically means that I will succeed no matter what. Releasing a little bit here in the air so my wheels don't clip and I don't fly out of the track. So sometimes you want to slide these long turns, but in this case we actually want to go with a no slide and just releasing a little bit. It is the faster trajectory in that particular turn. C13 is an interesting track. It's kind of a trial map, lots of braking, not really sliding at all. A lot of jumps, precise jumps, should I say. Right here we gotta land in the slope, so we can land in this next slope. It's basically very well calculated. But if you were not to land in the slope smoothly, you would actually over jump and not land perfectly. So here we gotta hit that little barrier from the spectator booth. And then we gotta go down here, and we finally made it. So yeah, that roof hit that I did in the middle, it is actually really precise because you want to have your car exactly with in the center of that little barrier that you saw on that block. So it pushes you back down in the slope. If you don't do the roof hit, you'll basically jump to Narnia and lose a lot of time. C14 is by far one of my favorite tracks. It is one of the tracks I have the world record on as well. Just gotta flex it sometimes. And it's a very technical track. which I really love. Uses slides, uses dirt, uses a neo slide right here to quickly maneuver around the corner. Very precise, very tight. Also this turn into the finale turn is very close. I crashed in the pillar. Luckily we were at the end of the track, so not a lot of time loss. But we're coming up to C15. It is the final multi-lap of the Blue Series. So we have 20 tracks remaining after this one. This multi-lap is kind of difficult. Normally, when you are entering wall rides, you go into this camera 3. There are a couple cameras that you can select from. You have camera 2, that is the one that I'm driving with right now. The camera 3, which is mainly used in the full speed category, and then there is another camera which is higher above, which also being used a lot in tech driving. But I myself always drove with this camera that I'm driving with right now, so it is also a personal preference, just like the keyboard versus controller thing. So right here I crashed in the turn before, but we want to actually hit the wall here. Full speed on. Luckily there's no damage in this game, so you can just slam yourself into walls and it's not doing anything to the car. So we utilize this wall bang to get a little bit quicker around the turn there, because else we were losing time, and time is money. So I'm a little bit nervous for this upcoming track after it. I think I will definitely go for the amazing shortcut that is found on it, and hopefully we succeed. It is DO1. It is a track notorious for its start cut that we see. So I will just focus up a little bit, and hopefully we pass it without any bad luck. So the first thing, that was already a small mistake, but we don't want to hit the pillar. And you see the silver medal, it's driving in a reverse route, or rather I am driving in a reverse route. So we skip a water bounce, but we still gotta get this dangerous dirt jump, and I actually managed to get it. So that is, I'm really happy with that one. It is one of the tracks that I was kind of afraid of to do. But yeah, one small mistake in the start, hitting the pillar. You actually want to obviously avoid the pillar, but it's precisely put in the actual trajectory, so it's quite difficult to avoid. But I'm really happy that this one worked out. That gives a lot of relief. And I think there is just one more, no, two more tricks that I will show in the remaining of the maps. But yeah, we just entered the red series, so maps are getting really difficult now. DO2, it is a combination of full speed and some slides. I actually, fun story on this track. Me and Riolu were battling it out for the fastest time possible, the world record. And after he beat me on this map, it took me roughly 30 hours to beat him back. 30 hours on completely hunting this track to only beat him with about 0.004 of a second. So just puts into perspective how quick the times are on these tracks if you hunt them down a lot. So DO3, this is a map which uses a lot of sculptures. As you can see, those massive white statues, as you would call them. We will actually drive on two of them here. This is actually the camera 1 that I was talking about. It is actually forced on that block. I'm not really sure why that is, but that was the camera 1. So we drive up sculptures. We want to release here, so we land earlier. We don't want to fly to the ISS and then go back down. So a little bit of a chicane to the finish line, driving on another sculpture, and an easy jump into the finish. This track coming up is one was one of the tracks, or still is one of the tracks that is really scary to me. It is a very fast-paced map which uses an engine killer, so there's basically no input that I can do to change my trajectory. So what I do is I simply brake just a little bit before here to not crash completely in this uphill. But as you can see, it slows down rapidly because there's no engine and we are going uphill, so a lot of precise jumps here. Ay, ay, ay. As you saw, I had an engine killer there as well, and I just misjudged the turn a little bit with my speed. And we finish off with a little bit of dirt. Not a lot of time loss, but we still beat the silver medal, so that is perfect. All right, we're coming up to another multi-lap, 5th map of the Rat Series, DO5. If there are more donations, go ahead and give them a shout out.
Absolutely. First of all, we've got a $25 donation from Fasty TM. Thank you very much. We've also got another $25 donation from Yuvo saying, hey, what's up? How's it going? And finally, we've got Jozo with $30 saying, good luck with the run, Spam.
That is amazing. So yeah, this track, a technical track, as you can see. It uses those slides very well, especially this one. It's a very long slide, and you can see me brake multiple times to extend my slide, especially in this one. If you hold your brake button, you will basically slide completely around and you will lose a lot of time. So it is a technique that requires a lot of practice to learn how to slide properly, know when you need to brake once again to extend the slide and when you need to exit it. But we're coming up to lap number 3 here. So there we go, swiftly around the corners. Oh, this might be very tight. Definitely a little bit riskier. But yeah, something to explain about the speedrun is back in the days, the game was being timed with the loading times. So the person that had the fastest PC, fastest everything, Titan X's in his PC was definitely gonna have the upper hand in the speedrun for TrackMania. But right now there's a program with on live split. It basically eliminates the loading times, and whenever you enter a map, that's when you it eliminates menuing, and whenever you enter a map, it starts the timer. It's all automated, so you don't have to press any buttons to go to the next split. It just start and go, basically. Very easy to use. So big shout out to those guys that actually made that plugin, because it makes it a lot easier for runners that want to run TrackMania. I must admit, the speedrunning community in TrackMania isn't really big, but it is definitely something that is fun to do from time to time, which is why I'm here, of course. So DO7, or 6, sorry. Coming up, it's a full speed track, which utilizes a DO7, which utilizes a small trick to avoid a little bit of airtime in the start. So basically, we gotta first jump up here, and then we take the booster, but we don't take this little ramp. So we avoid the ramp, and it saves a little bit of time. So there is a little slide here, which is called a speed slide. It is used in full speed. So it is quite difficult to explain, but basically if you hold your skid marks overlapping for about 30% of the time, you will actually accelerate faster. So whenever you watch a full speed competition or a full speed driver, you see him use the overlapping system of the skid marks very often, and they are very fast drivers as well. This track is actually a really funny one. I have a story about this. When the first time TrackMania 2 Stadium came out, Me and another guy did a campaign speed run, and this was the map that it was basically a blind run because the game was just released, and we were stuck on this map for about 30 minutes because these jumps are so precise. You have to jump through the little pillar gap. But yeah, it will always, every time I play this map, it reminds me back to that speed run that I did. For the people that don't know, I was playing against Frostbule, a very known TrackMania player from back in the days. Also a F-Zero player, but his name was Yazo in that one. So right here you see me go backwards at the start. It basically a small little shortcut, because if I went straight there was an engine killer, and we know what engine killers do. They don't give me acceleration and I want to go fast, so I just skip that by going around and down the slopes. This map filled with engine killers, so every time there is an engine killer and you go through a checkpoint, it re-enables your engine. So something I didn't mention earlier, but as you can see now my engine is back again and we accelerate faster again. So this next map, it's the first multi-lap, which is not 3 laps, but it is 5 laps. 4 minutes long, roughly. This one is actually really interesting because up left, if you can see it, you saw a lot of looping blocks, unconnected looping blocks, may I mention. Back in the days, this was really, really difficult to drive. And there is actually an insane shortcut on this track where you skip this whole looping section completely. And I believe there is 1 or 2 guys who has done it in 5 laps. So every single lap they do the shortcut. It is really amazing to see what some guys come up with to get faster routes on these tracks. But it is really difficult to do. I didn't practice it. And it's quite random as well. If you do it wrong, you don't really get the momentum out of it that I get when I'm doing the looping myself. So if you want to see how it looks, I'm pretty sure on the internet you can find a run that uses those shortcuts. This is map D10. So if you do a quick search, D10 shortcut TrackMania, then you will definitely find it. So if there are more donations, go ahead and read them out.
Absolutely. We've got yet another donation from the Racing Cow, another $20, saying full focus, must win. And Nico donates $10 to say, let's go Spam, great run. And also, since we are kind of treading unfamiliar ground today, I would like to welcome everyone here to the European Speedrunner Assembly. ESA is a series of charity fundraising marathons revolving around speedrunning. For one whole week in July, around 600 gamers gathered together to present world-class gameplay on twitch.tv/ESA Marathon, completing games as fast as possible while raising money for a good cause. And if I've got another second,
go ahead.
The good cause in question today is the Movember Foundation, and we are raising money for the Movember Foundation, a charity dedicated to stopping men from dying too young. Particularly, they focus on taking action against prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and help with mental health issues. Thank you very much, Movember Foundation, that we're all doing this for.
Absolutely. So I just entered my final lap and we are actually gonna overtake the silver medal here. Easy clapper. There we go. That's how amazingly fast I am driving right now. But yeah, last lap right here. The final multi-lap in this red series is actually 10 laps. And I remember last time, whenever we arrived at the longer multi-lap maps, the chat went kind of resident sleeper, so hopefully that's not going to happen this time around. But D11 coming up. It is a map which is really interesting. Night mode once again, very technical. And just quick flexing my world record on this. So I have about 5 or 6 world records in the whole campaign. It's not really that much, but it's always nice to have one of the quickest times in the campaign. So yeah, very technical. Like I said, I am all about these slides, these technical tracks. Just really amazing to me. We're having a little jump here. Very tight around the corner there. Didn't touch it though. That's what matters. So yeah, there's really one more track remaining that is a little bit worrying to me. It is the notorious EO3 in the Black Series. It is a very... yeah, how can I say it? I will not spoil it, you will see it soon, but there's a little shortcut up my sleeve right there that is quite difficult. Hopefully I can succeed doing it. So yeah, another long track here. Loopings, drifts, night mode, and a little bit of focus from myself. So hopefully you guys on the live stream have been enjoying the run so far. I know this is probably nothing compared to a run from I Wanna Be the Boshi or any other platformer, but it is still quite impressive what you can do in this game. It is one of the few games, the racing games, that is actually being speedrun. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Need for Speed speedrun here later on, but that will be actually amazing to see as well. So yeah, we complete this map just a little bit under a minute, and now we're getting into a track that is really interesting, very speedy, but you don't actually utilize all of the speed that you get from the boosters on this track, because you actually have to slow down. So what the map builder did, they just make you go super fast, but you actually don't want to go super fast. So here we go. There is actually a very, very interesting shortcut on this map where you basically avoid this whole section of wall rides that I'm driving right now. It is absolutely incredible to see. But it is, I mean, about a 2% success rate, so there's no way in heaven that I'm gonna try that. So this jump is quite annoying because of all the speed that you accumulate. You actually need to slow down inside of the wall ride. I just did a very safe approach to not fly out completely. And we are going into the 14th second to last map in the Red Series. A very technical track, which uses basically everything that you can use in the editor. This game is notorious for its game editor. Basically, the community can make maps themselves using all of these different blocks and share them online, drive them online, and get awards for it as well. So this game is heavily dependent on map designers that jump into the editor and make maps. So that is really something that is amazing about TrackMania. You can make maps however you imagine them, and it will work out. So yeah, this track, as you can see, it's very tight everywhere, tight corners, slowing down, drifting, taking a boost, unnecessary booster here. Again, tight around this corner, and we're getting down to the finish, which is also quite a strange one. And now we are entering one of the Resident Sleeper 10-lap maps. It is the final map of the Red Series. So we got to play 10 laps here in night mode. It is quite a fast-paced map. Roughly going to take about 8 minutes, I would say. So if there are more donations or things to talk about from you guys, then go ahead.
Absolutely. We've got another donation from Luckers Turbo, giving $10 to say, "Hello, Streamer of the Year. Remember to always play Marius 5 safe. You got this." All right. And I would also love to tell people that, yeah, not only are we supporting the Movember Foundation, but this month of April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. And this is why all your donations are in support of the Movember Foundation, whose goal it is to stop men from dying too young from diseases such as testicular cancer and other male-specific cancer types. Hashtag know thy nuts.
All right, so I just completed my first lap. As you can see, it's about 50 seconds long per lap. So we have 10 to go. Do the math, and that is the time that I will finish. So in these wall rides, normally you actually get automatically put into the camera 3. But on this map, they kind of forgot to add that, or they are just trying to annoy the drivers. So I have a button bounce on my controller that puts me automatically in the camera 3, which gives me a better vision of doing the wall ride. So right here I just enable the cam 3, I go in it, and it's way easier to do these kind of sections. But I'm not really that great with the cam 3 in drifting, but there are a couple players that are insanely good with cam 3. Mainly the top players. You notice that the top tier players always play with cam 3. Basically cockpit mode, kind of the Formula 1 style driving. But yeah, we are entering lap number 4 soon. I know this is kind of a long stretch for a multi-lap map, but I'm trying my best to still make it entertaining while driving these laps. To me, it is quite easy to find my way across this map, but I would guess for newer players it's quite difficult to even battle, let's say, a gold medal. But you know what? Practice makes perfect, guys. So as long as you put in the work, you will get to where you want to go. Some motivational speech by me. So here we go, almost halfway. And then we are entering the final series of this speedrun, which is the Black Series. And unlike all of the other series, the Black Series only consists of 5 maps, but those 5 maps are a real challenge. They are all about 1 minute plus long, and the final map is 9 minutes long, so 15 laps driving. Just like I said, it's quite easy to maneuver. I make a small mistake, so very nice karma for me. Something I've noticed every time I praise myself, I instantly crash somewhere. So karma strikes hard in this one. But yeah, there is 5 tracks in the Black Series. Really difficult ones, and you will only unlock those maps if you complete all the gold medals before it. So if you don't have all gold medals, you are unable to play the Black Series in this campaign. It's quite a nice challenge. But of course you don't want the gold medal, you want that author medal, that secret hidden medal to show to your friends, brag about. So just entered lap number 6, 4 minutes of driving. A little bit of a dry mouth right now. We'll have to take a sip of water soon. Yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the run so far. Fortunately, I made 1 or 2 mistakes that I am really sorry about, but what can we do? We just have to forget and keep it up. I remember last ESA speedrun I did, everything went absolutely phenomenal, so it was kind of bound to happen that this run would be a little bit slower if I made a mistake. I set the bar pretty high last time. But I think so far I'm doing a good job, and it definitely still has the potential to beat the world record. Unfortunately, I'm not running the live split, the automatic splitter, so I cannot really see the time without menuing and stuff. But if the end time will be, I think, 1:22 or 1:21 something, we will have, we will definitely have the world record. So that will be pretty cool to kick off this ESA. I wonder if there's going to be more world records being driven. Or being played. Being done, sorry. English is hard. It's not my native language. But yeah, lap number 8. Hopefully you guys are still awake. It is quite early, so you're probably eating breakfast right now while watching this one. But 2 laps remaining, and then we move on to some interesting tracks, very difficult maps, and hopefully they will not give me any hindernisses. Hindernisses? I'm not sure if that's a word, but I just made it. Gotta deal with it.
Before we get there, shall I read off a few more donations?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Well, we've got Jozo donating $30 to just say resident sleeper. And we've got $50 donated from Asteri, saying just Asteri was here. And we've got Massa donating $12 to say best of luck. For the rest, your bratan is sitting behind you, so don't stress.
No way, he actually made it? Wow. I can't really see how many people are behind me, but if it's more than one, that would be amazing. So we're entering the final lap in a little bit. And then we go into the Black Series. And then I almost have to say goodbye to you, all of you. So lap number 10 here, we've been driving for 7 minutes. Endurance driving style is actually something that is being used competitively nowadays in a tournament called the TrackMania Grand League, which I halfway plugged during the run. It's basically every second Sunday there's a big endurance race with 16 of the best players from around the world battling it out on very difficult tracks. And if you happen to have time, tomorrow, Sunday at 8 o'clock, there's actually going to be one of those races on Twitch. So we have finished the map, 7:49. That is a pretty good time. And now we are entering the final 5 tracks here, starting with E01. Very technical track. Hopefully everything will turn out well, as we are going into a track that is the first one you tackle when you enter the Black Series. And as you can see, tracks get very, very difficult really fast. Very tight corners, very tight slides. Especially this upcoming part. You want to start your slide very early, go inside the pillar with some braking, releasing, maneuvering yourself through that little section. And then the remaining of the track is quite simple until the ending. I almost died there. I was really afraid that I jumped a little bit too low, but you want to do a little ramp cut there. So you land earlier on the platform and then take some boosters, jump a little bit around the pillar, and then you have a chicane here, which you want to slide using one of those Neo slides again. Same with this ending. And we actually set a pretty decent time there. So that is 1 map out of the way, 4 to go. Next one has a very amazing shortcut as well, all the way in the ending of the map. It is really, really difficult. I've never done it. So you could guess I'm not going to do it this time around either. I mean, it would be really insane if I just tried it and I get it, but I think I will just skip that one for now, maybe next time. But yeah, fast map, night mode. Oh, jumped a little bit too tight. That was my bad. Luckily, we still made it. Obviously, you don't want to hit that, so you keep all the speed here for these big looping jumps. It can be quite tricky. Your car will stumble quite a bit. And then a very long slide around these blocks. Get a lot of speed. Keep the car straight in the middle because you land in this dirt jump. And then we are approaching the ending. And then we gotta go into full focus mode for the notorious EO3. So, this is the track that will decide a lot. It is very difficult, very precise, very tight, has a lot of jumps. As you can see already, jumping on some sign block and then going through this castle block and keeping the jump pattern going. Hopefully, oh, didn't really get the slide there, but we managed to keep the speed. Very tight section, and we're getting closer to one of the final shortcuts in this campaign. Hopefully I can do it. That will be very amazing. I'm driving a little bit safer here so I can prepare myself mentally for the shortcut right here. I did not make it, but luckily enough. So what you want to do is you actually want to not crash, that is one, and then land on the roof of the castle block. It basically skips the downhill section. Luckily I landed on my wheels, so I managed to keep continuing, but quite unfortunate that I could not get it right here. It is very precise, so right here we've got to slow down a lot and land in this slope, holding the brake button. So everything so far seems to be going well, just minus that failed attempt at the shortcut, which I am pretty upset about, but you know, luckily we can continue on. So very tight section, and the ending can be quite troublesome as well. We have this backflip into a water bounce, which is pretty easy, but the upcoming jump can be a little bit annoying, because we've got to jump to the left. I mean, steer to the left and then jump to the right quite fast. So that is the map complete. Yeah, I lost about 9 seconds on that track with that mistake. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but we're gonna go into EO4. This is the second last map of the campaign. It's a full dirt track, so very difficult for me personally, because I am not really that great at dirt, but practiced it a little bit, so we should be fine. And then we're gonna enter the final multi-lap after that, which is a 15 lapper, and I have a specialty up my sleeve for the final lap on that one, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you will have to sit tight and just wait. So as you can see, very technical dirt here. Not really listening to my gears, so I will lose quite a bit of time. But we're still... No! That was very unlucky. Luckily I found like a small safe strategy to always land good there, if that happens. I basically got pushed to the left a lot in the dirt transition. Didn't really lose a lot of time, but still small error on my side. I actually told myself that I was gonna donate money for all of the mistakes that I was doing. So I'm not sure if anyone took count of how many mistakes I made, but I also have to rewatch it and donate the correct amount afterwards. Not gonna spoil how much per crash, but we'll see soon. So yeah, getting to the ending here, 1 turn remaining. And then we are getting into the final map. So if we do some quick math here, we enter this map 114 plus about 8. I think could be a potential world record here if everything goes well. So yeah, here we go then. 15 laps, the final boss, as you would say it. It is Quite a fast map with a lot of jumps and drops, a little bit of slides here and there. So if there are more donations or things to talk about, go ahead. Then I will just keep my mouth shut for a bit.
Absolutely. Asteri is back once more with another $30 donated, saying, and another one with a little heart. And also the Racing Cow, once again donating $20 to say, great event, good cause, sexy commentator, cheesy player, what more do I want? Moo.
Perfect. So yeah, 15 laps here. As you can see, the track is pretty fast. There are some boosters here and there. And big jumps here. If you don't release here, you will actually jump way too far. And you always want to land early. And especially in this part where there's a massive slope. So landing in the slope will generate a lot more speed, of course, than landing super far into the flat ground. So yeah, 3 laps down, couple to go. And then we are done here with TrackMania. So in a couple laps I will do my little ending speech. And then we move on to the next runs. I'm not sure which run is next. I believe it is going to be the Boshi run, if anyone can confirm.
No, very, like, yeah, after this we have 360 Chrism running Super Mario 64.
Ooh.
Sorry about the, yeah, Boshi is at 13:20 today,
okay.
like 1:20 p.m. I'm sorry about the confusion.
That's fine. The Super Mario run is definitely an interesting one. Is it going to be a 70-star or a 120-star run?
It is actually triple bingo, so
oh, what the hell?
I'm definitely interested to find out what that's going to be.
I've never seen that before, so definitely something I'm going to watch. But yeah, 4 laps down. We are about to enter lap number 5 of this one. 2.5 minutes in. Hands are getting a little bit sweaty from all the button pressing and steering. But so far I am definitely happy with how the run went. Unfortunately, some of the, I think 2 shortcuts didn't go properly, so sorry for that. My apologies. But maybe next time I can show them again in a good old fashion. This definitely something I will do in the future again if the opportunity, oh, a little bit of a strange jump there. If the opportunity rises again for this event, I got invited, so I was really happy. And I wasn't really expecting it at all, so definitely amazing to showcase TrackMania again, since it's a great game. And like I said, I've been playing it for almost 11 years, so it's almost like a small baby. I mean, a big baby now, 11 years. So halfway done. We're getting there. The final stretch. It's always the most difficult. Driving for about 1 hour and 18 minutes is never that easy. Very tiring. But it's been going well so far. So yeah, like I said, in the final lap, I have something nice up my sleeve. If it goes wrong, it will lose about 4 seconds time. If it succeeds, it will look very nice. It's actually a little bit slower, I think, than just doing it what I normally do, but it looks nice, so I will finish in fashion. That's what it's all about. You gotta give the people watching something to remember in the end, so definitely gonna do that. Oh, and there we go, another overlap. Very good driving by that silver medal guy. Needs to work on his slides a bit. There we go 5 minutes down. Pretty solid pace. You can see in the middle of my screen how much up ahead I am on my previous lap time, or how much behind I am. So right now I'm plus 700s, plus 20, and then I finish with plus 20 again. So the consistency is definitely something you want to have on long multi-laps. You don't want to have like ultra fast laps here and then super slow laps in the next ones. So lap number 10. If there are more donations, go ahead before I wind down the run here.
Absolutely. We've got another donation from the Racing Cow, giving $20, saying great run, have fun tomorrow at TMGL Spammiej. Thanks ESA for the great organization. Thank you.
Amazing.
And Axel Alex, oh my god, Axel Alex 2 donated $10 to say Papega Mega Yo. And Roland donated $10 to say nice run, really enjoyed it once again, good luck for the yeet.
He knows.
Ooh. And Asteri is back once again, donating another $40. SOTP means continue, so here another 40. Or was it just stop means continue?
Amazing.
And finally, we have another donation from Virtual, donating $20. Thank you very much.
Absolutely amazing, guys. It warms my heart to see that the TrackMania community is coming together to raise some money for the foundation here. It is really great. As I just made a small mistake. All right, we have 3 laps remaining, and like I said, if we do I believe if I do a 1:22 low finish time, it's I'm pretty sure that would be the record. Can't really remember, but we have to double check it afterwards. But yeah, what a great way to start this ESA. I know it's quite early for people watching at home. 9 a.m. It was also pretty early for me. I'm not really used to driving this early, but it all turned out pretty well, I would say. Hopefully you guys got some insight about TrackMania. You can play a free demo if you go over to maniaplanet.com. You will be limited to something that is called channels in this game. So you will be unable to drive the solo campaign, but you will get the online experience driving with other players that are driving with the free demo. So definitely go ahead. There are multiple sales that the maker of this game is doing, and it's a very cheap game to grab yourself, and very enjoyable as well to just play online, play some solo campaign, make some maps yourself. So yeah, that's just a small plug right there. But we're getting down to the last lap here. And the yeet as Rollin, who donated, that is coming. So normally you see me jump, but I mean drift, but I'm gonna jump right in the finish. And there you have it. So I think that was a 1:23.05 in total. The timer ran a little bit longer, but I'm pretty happy with that. A couple mistakes here and there, which I'm not happy about, of course, but still, it was a great game, a great speed run, and as you see, we've done all the author medals, but we already had them before. But that's basically it, showing you guys the world ranking, what I was talking about, gathering points in the solo campaign, and that is about it for me. So thank you everyone for tuning in. If you want to watch more TrackMania gameplay, you can find me over at my twitch.tv/Spammiej. I also run a YouTube channel where I upload highlights and gameplay, mainly TrackMania, and hopefully many of you guys will tune in to more TrackMania streams. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. there is a big event going on, so hopefully you guys will tune in for that. But that's it for me. Thank you very much. Have a nice remaining TwitchCon, and cheer on the other runners.